So, hi everyone, happy Yule or Winter Solstice. Today I'm going to show you how to do a kind of Yule log spell. It's a spell that I've adapted. I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to talk a little bit about Yule or Winter Solstice. Before I go into that, please remember to enter the Saturnalia giveaway if you're interested in winning a free personal reading with me on any topic. It's going to be a 30-minute video reading. To enter that, you just need to subscribe, comment, and like on any video. But the cutoff point will be the 23rd of December when I'll come onto the channel in the evening. Well, I'll come on the 24th and very quickly just say who's won that. I'll pick the names out live. And also, I've got my Samhain spell, which you have the chance to add your energy into in the video. That's my Samhain spell to transform any situation. I'll put a link to it in this video. I also have like a playlist of all my spells and rituals, but you basically have a chance to add into that collective spell energy in that video up until the 31st of December. So if you want to kind of interact with the channel in those ways, please remember to do that. Put your energy in. The more energy you put in, the more you'll get out of these readings and this channel. And I really do want it to be this collaborative space. So also, while I'm doing my Yule log today, if you guys don't have a fireplace or don't, have everything at hand or can't make a fire outdoors this year, I'm going to allow you guys a moment where you can just add your intentions into mine so that you can kind of participate in this Yule log spell as well. So, talking of Samhain, at that time of year, we're really honoring and celebrating the descent into the kind of return of the dark and Lord Samhain and all of our relatives and the veils between the worlds and light and dark. In the Druid tradition, there was only light and dark, summer and winter. There were only two seasons. And the winter solstice is when we actually reach the depth of that darkness. And that's the longest night of the year, the 21st, which is Yule or winter solstice. And there's this feeling when the sun is disappearing of whether or not this is ever going to give up, whether we're ever going to have the light. And this year, especially in England, where I'm from, we've got a lot of restrictions around the holiday season, and everyone is really feeling these intense energies. But it's a wonderful time at Yule because this is when the sun stops its decline, and for a few days it rises in about the same place. And this is a very crucial time and the cusp between these kind of events. The sun stands still and everyone waits for it. And so we're thinking about this moment of pause and reflection when we're sort of doing this Yule log. And so that's basically, what Yule and solstice are sort of about now, but it's a tradition from the pagan times in Northern Europe, and it's very much linked to nature-based religion and to the elements before the kind of coming of Christianity. And our ancestors really worshipped things that contained life force, such as trees in particular, were said to kind of hold the spirit of people, gods, and goddesses. And certain trees were regarded as especially sacred, such as, the Yule. The ash of this was said to be very sort of sacred, as well as any kind of evergreen tree, which is why we have these Christmas trees that we bring in. This is a very pagan tradition of dressing the tree, starting with the star at the top, which was meant to be the kind of five elements. And then you decorate the tree and put bells on the tree so that the spirits could sort of ring the bells. And, Christmas, as we see it now, is very much linked to all of these traditions. So this is just an easy way of celebrating Yule and linking with some of these ancient traditions. And that is making the Yule log. So this is my Yule log. Now, a Yule log can be any kind of branch or anything that you can find, but especially it needs to have some bark on it. And what you do with this log is I always write on it in a red pen, love, plenty, and peace. But you can really write anything that you are grateful for and that you want to take into the new year. So this is very much, thinking about what we're grateful for and what we want to manifest in the new year. Traditionally, people will keep a part, maybe like a bit of the bark or a part of their Yule log to use to light in the fire in the next year, but the ash is actually extremely sacred, so I always start the Yule fire and include some of that ash from the previous year within the fire, and that's what I recommend doing. And in my spell I take it a little bit further, and we're going to use the ash to do a candle spell. So yes, so you just need any kind of branch or log with some bark on it. And then I have a very special connection to feathers and the element of air and flight. And feathers are sort of very protective of me. So this is my way of asking my feather guides to sort of protect my wishes by including a black feather, which are very significant to me. I also like to include some spring flowers that I picked and kept from spell work in spring, just as a way of kind of wrapping up the year. Now that's just a personal preference of mine. I'm also going to include this year, and this is a spell I've told some of my clients about. It's my rose petal spell, where you wear a necklace of rose petals in order to dream of someone. But I'm going to include this in this log as a way of kind of finalizing that spell for myself as well. So any kind of significant things you've kept over the year in terms of spell work that you might want to release, but also kind of seal the intentions and just it's a way of sort of giving thanks, giving back, showing your gratitude to your ancestors, to your guides, to anyone that's helped you, and asking for them to sort of bless you and the spirits to bless your year. Well, that's my take on it. Everyone has their own way of doing their Yule log. It's a bit like, how people might have their own way of doing their turkey or something, but this is my way. And then I like to include a partition. And I'm going to show you, so on that partition, I've written everything I'm grateful for and then everything I want to manifest. So you could do the same. And if you're watching this and you don't think you're going to have the chance to do this, then maybe just for a second, pause the video and write down everything you are grateful for and everything you want to manifest, and then come back and join us, okay? So I also like to, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So in this round circle, so on the back I've written everything. And then on this round circle, I've written my sort of main intention 3 times going round in a circle. So you can't really read it anymore, but you've continued, and I don't lift the pen, I continuously write it out. So it could be peace and alignment, peace and alignment, peace and alignment, whatever your main thing is that you want to manifest. And then I write so be it and so it is within this circle. And on the back I have everything that I'm grateful for and everything that I want to manifest. Now if you don't have this fire but you want to kind of collaborate on this, then get a heat-proof dish as well and have this all written out, and at the moment that I put the log in the fire, you guys can burn your partition, okay? But make sure you do this safely. Oh, and also if you want to do this very correctly, it's good to have a piece of paper where you tear along the edges. I use a ruler, but I don't cut, because if you cut the partition, well, I don't know, it's just a sort of superstitious, or it's a spell working thing that's very, most people also use maybe brown parchment, but any kind of natural paper, and then you just tear, turning in a clockwise direction. But it's not essential, because with any spell work, it's your intention. But you just want to have something written out with your intentions, and then if you want to do this extra special kind of setting the intentions, you can write it out 3 times. So pause the video and get those things if you want to do that. If you're going to recreate it, I'll show you what I would do next. So then I would take this partition paper and just gently fold it towards me 3 times to seal my intentions here. So there we go. And then I would just add this to my Yule log. Did I say to you guys to tie it with a red ribbon? If not, it's self-explanatory. So tie all of this up with a red ribbon, and this is your sort of offering. And it's very beautiful. And I also included some evergreen Christmas tree sprigs. Holly is very good. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just a little bit of inspiration for you. And as always, it's the sort of intention behind it. So I'm now going to put this in the fire and I'm just going to sort of meditate on all of that very briefly. And if you're watching this at home, then you can just burn your paper as I'm doing this, okay? That smells really good, by the way. Putting some evergreen stuff in there is very good for it smelling nice as well, which is also this very beautiful sensory thing. So we're thinking about the four elements here: fire, earth, air, and all of these things taking our desires up in the smoke. And obviously water. Good to have water whenever you're doing spell work to absorb all of the energy. So I'll have a cup of water under me here, and it's just absorbing all the energies. And then at the end, I'm actually going to take that water and use it probably to water my Christmas tree, because that's the kind of water that you want to put into something. If you were doing a sort of banishing spell, you would maybe throw that water outside your house to get rid of the energy. But for me, this is like a nice, it's absorbing good energy, so I want to kind of keep it. So what I was saying about how people sometimes keep a part of their log to use next year. The ash of the Yule log is actually extremely sort of sacred and powerful. And my spell is now, we're going to take this a step further. And if you have burnt your ashes at home, I would actually keep that in a little jar. And I'll tell you what to do with it. So you'll want to get a green candle, and on that green candle you're going to carve your name with a kind of knife, or you could use a biro or anything that you can carve in. So carve your name along one edge of the candle. I'm going to do this tomorrow because tonight is the today is the 20th, so it's more appropriate for me to do this tomorrow on the 21st with the ash. But yeah, so write your name on the candle. And then you say to the candle, "You are named for me, that blessed you be." And then you're going to sprinkle the ash of the Yule log, well, half of the ash, in a circle around the candle and say, "Though storms may come, none shall remove you. Though storms may come, none shall remove you." And then I would keep a pinch of that ash or half of that ash to use within your Yule fire the next year. But then you'll just sort of light that candle, meditate on that, and that's a very protective, very blessed thing to do with the Yule ash to really set your intentions. So I hope that makes sense. Will I write some simple instructions below? I feel like it's best that people actually watch and listen rather than I just put it below and people might misuse it. So I'll think about that though. I don't think that's like a kind of spell working that it would be irresponsible of me to include the instructions of. Oh, and by the way, guys, several people asked me to do some spell work on my Etsy store, and that is something I've added. And that's a video where I cast the spell for you, and it's very specific. All of my spells are either adapted from very traditional spells or made for you with my own incantations. And that will be a video of me doing the spell, but also telling you the instructions so you can recast it, because spell work is like a prayer to the universe. I don't do any kind of intentional magic that imposes on free will, and I always put the intention on it that it will only be successful if it's meant to be. And so, well, even if not, spell work can need recasts. So it's a very reasonable service, and I give you the instructions to recast it in case you need to do that. And also then you can learn how to do it, because I like to kind of empower people. So yes, that is on my Etsy. Now I do want to, and I forgot to say in the beginning, but it will be time stamped, I'm going to do a really quick pick a card reading for you guys now for your main themes of 2021. So while the Yule log is burning for us, it's a beautiful time to give you a reading about your 2021. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 options. Now this is the first option for the pick a card reading. This is a vintage BUDDAH Christmas tree decoration. So this will be group 1. you might be drawn to this. And group 2, now this is beautiful. This is a handmade corn angel. I didn't make it, but I found it. Isn't it so beautiful? I absolutely love this. Every year I buy one thing for my tree. Well, usually I'm with my family. This year I'm having a sort of small friend Christmas. But this was the one thing I got this year for my tree. The rest of my tree is actually quite traditional. I've got lots of bits of natural stuff in there. I even just put a load of my necklaces on the tree. It looks great though, and some like old toys I had and all sorts, but I bought this specially and it's just so lovely. So this is number 2, group 2. And group 3 is a vintage decoration of a bird. That's group 3. That actually belonged to my grandmother. Okay, so let's go ahead with the readings. So, group 1. Okay, what does group 1, what's their like main themes that they will need to focus on, or what's 2021 going to be for you? What's the main sort of themes? I'll get 3 cards, I think, just as a sort of little introduction. I don't do a 12-month forecast on my Etsy. Some people do. I don't know why I don't. Maybe I should. Okay, 2021 for group 2. 1. Group 1. Let me get one more card for you. Group 1, 2021. Final card, please, for group 1. So, group 1, you have some quite strong energies for 2021. With the death, oh, and by the way, I'm using the Dali deck because this was given to me last Winter Solstice as a present from my parents. You have, and it's a beautiful deck. So you have the Death card came out first, and this is all about big transformations happening for you in your 2021. So you could even be in a life path 9, or you could just be, so 2020 was this really time of upheaval. It was this tower moment for us all, and it was this real sense of endings of lots of things, lots of ways of life changed. It was a huge tower moment, and from that we can hopefully rebuild something on firmer foundations. And I really see that this was a very transitional, transformational time for you, and this is the energy that's taking you forward in 2021. It is going to be a lot of change for you, and positive change. The Death card can be a bit scary, but it is always this transformation. It is about using the darkness to transform, using the kind of shadow to do some kind of psychic work, to break free of whatever isn't serving you, to burn away the past and look to the future. So that's your real main theme for 2021. And I think what is transforming for you is this sense of confusion and fear, because you have the Moon card here, and the moon is not its own light. It reflects the sunlight. It's very illusionary. It's very deceptive. It can be fearful, but I love the moon. Sometimes the moon gets a bad rap in tarot. I absolutely love it, because if you think of the moon, it's always waxing and waning. It's always shifting. It's very deeply ambivalent. Jung, the psychoanalyst, saw it as this deeply ambivalent energy, always in flux. So it's so transformative. And if you work with the energies of the moon, you can really transform and have this numinous encounter with life, and it can really be creative. So I see these fears being dropped, but I see the lessons learned within this, within your sort of shadow and within the darkness and within the unknown realms and the kind of watery, dreamy depths. I see you finding like real enlightenment and creativity, and yeah, it's just going to be a very, very powerful time. I mean, 2 out of 3 cards are major arcana, and they're very transformative energies. Both of these energies are very fluid and changeable and mutable. So I think things are really going to shift and change. Oh my God, you got 4 cards. And look, I didn't know this, but the 3rd card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is what I was describing. And by the way, that's also a major arcana card. So 3 out of 4 cards, and you were only meant to have 3. So this is a big time of change for you because, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is literally the card of transformation and changes, and new cycles beginning. So you really have completed this cycle and you're moving into a new beginning. And what I see for you in your new beginning is that you're very much the Queen of Wands energy. This is not gender specific. This is the energy of manifestation and creativity. I knew that there was a lot of creative energy. So you're really going to be in your power. You're really going to be creative. The main themes for you are endings and beginnings, completions of cycles. You're definitely in a time of your life when you're completing things, you're letting things go that aren't serving you, and you're looking to the future in this creative, powerful energy and able to manifest what it is that you desire. So that is really good. You couldn't ask for a better way, I think, to begin the year than in the Queen of Wands energy. And you could resonate with being a fire sign, feminine energy, not gender specific, because that's the Queen of Wands. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful. I hope that helps you to kind of go forwards into the year, knowing that you have this time of powerful transformation and that you are really within your power of manifestation. So that's everything I have for you, Pile One. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe for the chance to be in the giveaway, and also to look at the Samhain spell if you want to transform, because this is very important for you, this idea of transformation. Look at also at my other moon rituals, because the working with the moon is important for you. But if there are these things that you know you want to transform and change and let go, my Samhain spell is perfect for you. All right, I'm wishing you all a beautiful Yule and solstice and festive period. And yes, I will be back briefly to announce the winners, but probably not doing proper readings here until the new year, when I'll also be burning those partitions for my Samhain spell. So take care. Lots of love and light to you, Group 1. Okay, so I'm just going to burn some Palo Santo to cleanse these cards, getting rid of the energy from pile 1. Oh, it smells so great in here with the fire and the Palo Santo. Okay, so hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. This is going to be the main themes for you coming up in 2021. Just 3 cards, what it is you need to know going into 2021, what energies you're going to be taking, whatever comes through in 3 cards for you for 2021, okay? So let's see, pile 2, what's coming through for 2021? Pile 2, please, Spirit. Okay, pile 2, pile 2. Oh, yeah. All piles want to give me more cards, but we'll go with it. Right. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, okay, pile 2. You're starting 2021 with a bit of internal conflict, but this is something that you're able to sort of like, it's a releasing of this internal conflict. This could also show that you've been in conflict with someone else or other people, and this is something you're really wanting to put behind you moving forwards into 2021, because we have the 5 of Wands in the reverse. So that's what you're kind of releasing or needing to release. And then we have the Knight of Cups, the Fool, and the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. So, wow. I feel like there's a fresh new beginning here with the Fool and the Ace of Cups. This is like an emotional new beginning. So you could have been very conflicted about something emotional. This could be to do with a family situation, a friendship, a love situation, a career situation, but it's something that's deeply emotional. And it's been giving you a lot of conflict. And going into 2021, it's like this new emotional beginning. You're like the Fool. The Fool is taking a leap of faith. He's very nervous, it's very scary, but he is also very excited. And this is jumping into this unknown with this excited energy and this sort of zest for life. it's fearful, but it's worth it. You feel free. You feel free. It could be a warning to tread carefully, but with the Ace of Cups, I feel like there's going to be something there to look after you, to protect you. You're really filling up your own cup. You're working on your own self-love. You're working on what makes you truly happy. And this is what's going to bring in this energy of the Knight of Cups, this kind of young energy. This could be someone sort of like 20s or 30s coming towards you with this offer of love. It could be an apology. If it's not to do with love, it could be an offer of like emotional fulfillment in terms of a job. But there's someone coming in to offer you something. And it's going to be this very divine feeling of connection you get. Your emotions are going to be just so fresh, and so you're just going to feel so held by the universe, and this offer's going to come in, and it's going to be like this new beginning as well with this person or with this opportunity. And I can't get away from the ten of Pentacles, that this could be to do with, you know, an actual proposal for marriage, or it could just be a very committed relationship, or it could be that it's a new job that's going to offer you total stability financially, because the Ten of Pentacles is this card of financial stability, security. It's the family card. It's a card for abundance. So it's just going to be this sense of abundance in all aspects of your life. So wonderful. And then we also had the Wheel of Fortune, which Group 1 also had, which is this shift in energy, this new beginning, the idea of cycles completing and starting again. You know, that's very much what's going on with us in terms of the time of year, in terms of the year we've been through. But you've got a beautiful energy going into 2021, and things really fitting into place with you in terms of your emotions, but also your security, your abundance. If there is anything you want to let go of, any of this conflict, this internal conflict or conflict you have with someone else, do look at my Samhain spell to transform any situation. As I said in the intro, that's open until the 31st of December for people to comment on, and then their energy is going to go into that spell work. So do participate in that interactive spell. Yeah. And that's everything I have for you guys. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe as well for a chance to win a free personal reading with me. You have to do that by the 23rd. But yeah, that's everything I have for you. Have a wonderful Yule and solstice and festive season. I'll be back briefly on the 24th, I think, just to announce the winner of the giveaway. But I'll be back doing proper readings and also my burning ritual of my Samhain spell in the new year. So sending you guys all the best, loads of love and light to you, and have a wonderful time. Peace. Okay, so let me just burn some Palo Santo again. Where is it? Before we get into pile 3, because I'm using all the same deck, so we must cleanse. Okay, thank you. Let's remove all the energies and just get me into pile 3, please, Spirit. Okay. So oh, the tail's always falling out. Hi pile 3, you picked this beautiful I think it's Victorian, this bird bauble Christmas decoration, and the tail is always breaking, but I love it and keep it. I think once upon a time it was probably brightly coloured. It's an Italian hand blown glass Christmas tree ornament basically, and it belonged to my grandmother, and I always have it on the tree at my house, or up at my house as a decoration, as opposed to my family house, so it's like one thing I have usually at home. Oh, it suddenly went dark. How interesting. So I feel like connecting into spirit. There's always a moment in my videos where usually the sound goes out of sync, or it will suddenly dip down. That is crazy. It totally turned off. Did you guys see that? So crazy. It's wild. There's always a moment like that when I'm connecting to spirit. So personally, my grandmother is actually in hospital at the moment. So that's quite interesting that I was talking about her and that happened. Could just be picking up on those energies. Also, I could be connecting to some of your ancestors as we're doing this, but spirit was very in the house then. Um, Always get technical glitches in my video when I'm connecting to spirit, and I can really feel spirit around me now. So this might be relevant to your pile. I didn't have like intro statements like this for the other piles, but it could be that you have a family member that you're thinking of at the moment. It could be that you are thinking of past family members at the moment. It could just be relevant for some reason, but there it is. Hope it makes sense for who it needs to make sense for. So let's see for pile 3, what is it that pile 3 need to know going into 2021? Just 3 cards, please, for pile 3. Always gives me more than 3 cards. Okay, let me see these. Spirit's like, no, you can't do just a snappy reading. Okay, so 2021 is all about reunion for you. 4 of Wands, 1111. Perhaps you're in a twin flame connection, doesn't have to be, could just be that you're very focused on family, union, unity, coming together. We've all been separated, we've all been isolated. This is the card of getting together, celebrating. Could talk of marriage, any kind of activity of bringing people together and being in unity and celebrating, basically. So that's your main theme, which is lovely. And it comes after a feeling very exhausted and kind of cut off from people and needing to go inwards and isolate and meditate. I mean, we've all been doing this, but it's especially so for you guys. You felt quite disconnected and quite like you had to kind of focus on your own inner healing, and this was very much a journey that you had to take alone. And that's really reiterated with the 9 of Pentacles, which is the card of this single independent person, really focusing on their own abundance, on their own financial stability, their own security. So that's been very much your focus, I feel. And you start 2021 where you need to make a decision. And it could be that you're kind of apprehensive about which way to go. It could be that you've really kind of thought about your life though within 2020, and you're kind of starting the new year and you're finally sure of which path you want to take or which decision you want to make. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this. Okay, this is definitely to do with, I feel like, divine counterparts, soul connection, or twin flame it could be, but I can't ignore 4 of Wands and then the King of Coins and the Queen of Coins, sort of like in a little, oh my god, here we go, in a little happy family. Why can I never get these things to stay straight? This is the dyslexic tarot reader trying to see, like, because left and right is all wrong on the computer. Anyway, King and Queen of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands. So this is divine counterparts. This is like masculine, and remember, it's not gender specific, it's just energy, yin yang energy, opposing energy within 2 souls connecting together, coming back into union, this unity between this power couple. It's very grounded energy as well, earth energy, pentacle energy. So there could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn involved in this. You could both be earth signs, but it's more this energy of really grounding this connection, because you were very much before in your pentacles energy was like to do with your own solo kind of thing. And you were healing from something. There was a pause in this connection, I feel, for this kind of healing to make you focus on yourselves, on your own abundance, your own creativity, your own life, basically. It was distracting you both, this connection. It was like distracting you maybe from your mission. It's like you were brought together to do something, and then you got focused on the relationship and you weren't doing the healing work, you weren't doing the spiritual work. So the universe steps in and it's like you need a pause from this connection in order to refocus on yourselves, which is what you did. And then you start with the new year and you're in your power. You're very in your power, in your single energy, and you're like, do I want to have this reunion or not? Because it's been tricky and I've been in my power, and you're unsure of what to do with that decision. But I see ultimately the chance for a really beautiful reunion and this power couple coming together. And if you haven't been in separation, but you've just felt like things have been on standstill this year and unable to move forwards because of restrictions, for example, and perhaps you had a marriage that was postponed, then I see you having a beautiful family marriage or reunion or something happening after that period of separation. So if just for one or two of you, you could be a couple wanting to get married and you were not able to, and then in 2021 you're able to. Something along those lines. But there's a big emphasis, I think, on family and lineage. And it could also be that you're a very deeply spiritual group, because I did have that like spirit coming in the beginning of the message. So yeah, that's beautiful energy. Remember to like, share, and comment on this video for the chance to win a free personal reading with me on any topic of your choice. Do that by the 23rd, because I'll come on briefly on the 24th to announce the winner. And also remember to enter my Samhain, my Samhain spell. Not enter. God, suddenly got like a brain fog as well. Maybe you guys are getting confused or something. I'm picking up on like this energy in this group is intense. My Samhain spell to transform any situation. If there's anything you want to leave behind from 2020, that you feel you're still having a hard time leaving behind, that spell is really good for transforming any kind of energies and leaving things behind. And that the spell work will be open on YouTube until the 31st, and then I'll come and do the kind of burning ritual in the beginning of the year. So yeah, that's everything I have. I hope you have a beautiful Yule and solstice and festive period. I'm sending you so much love and light and good energy for 2021 and for this over this beautiful time of year. Let me know if you managed to do the Yule log, or yeah, just sending you guys all the best. So much love and light to my beautiful subscribers, and I will see you soon. Take care.